There
so why wouldn't you want me to start then?
Exhibition.
Why wouldn't you want me to start this?
We want you to come back.
Because I don't want you to
unless
get
you're willing
hurt.
to share. Unless you want to, unless he's going to share, and then it's okay. Game one, Bucks Nets. Brooklyn lost James Harden in the first minute of this one. It's been announced he'll miss game 2 tonight with right hamstring tightness. Probably more. KD and Kyrie carried the Nets 4 games, not more injuries. KD and Kyrie carried the Nets to victory, despite Harden going down early. Brandon, game 1 should have Nets fans feeling blank.
Confident. I mean, he went down early. James went down early, and they were able to not only take off, but they sustained. The score at the end of the night was closer than what the game really was. And all year I heard about, oh, this team hasn't played together. They only played 8 games going into the playoffs. But look at the ball movement. Look how in sync they were. And then defensively, all year, Nick, defense, please. We just saw the #1 defense get bounced in the first round. That's the Lakers. And you saw them finally step up and hold them to a season low pretty much. Not really want to say a season low, but the Bucks average 120 points a game, and we held them to 107 points. So please don't talk to me about defense. And then, oh, you're undersized. Well, the rebound battle was respectable, and our coaches did a phenomenal job. So the Brooklyn Nets and the fans, everybody should feel confident. But at the end of the day, you want James Harden out there, because that path to the finals and hoisting up that trophy is so much easier when you have the MVP just sitting there. So, Nick, I got to go with confident. I know you was at the game. Hopefully you left. So I don't know if it was a date night, but why were you even in the building? Like, you're not a Nets fan.
I was in the building. It's playoff basketball, and I was excited to see it. And there were literally, dozens of Nets fans around me, and they were feeling anxious the exact way Brandon is feeling anxious. Because Brandon, I'm not trying to pull the Broussard, but that bass in his voice left a bit, if you noticed. And the reason is, Brandon said what he has heard all season. I'm going to tell you what I've heard all season. This Nets team was a mediocre team. They were an average team until they added James Harden. And that's why James Harden is the MVP. James Harden, they were here, and now they're here. Before James Harden, they were 12-11. After James Harden, they were 28-7. I'm going to tell you another thing I heard. Not during the regular season, but in the playoffs, because you mentioned the Lakers getting bounced. I seem to remember someone making the now we know very astute point that a playoff series is one thing when a team's fully healthy. But when a team loses its second best player mid-series, it could flip entirely. So while, yes, the Nets should be very happy they're up 1-0, I think in your heart of hearts, you would rather be down 0-1 with a healthy Harden. Because I don't think he's coming back this series. I think Harden's done for the series.
Listen.
And so, yeah.
I may take that. You're right, Nick. I may take that. A healthy Harden and going down 0-1. I mean, he's one of the greatest players to ever walk this planet. So I may take that. But if you watch that game, you're looking at it like, well, we really don't need him. I mean, they dominated them from start to finish on both ends of the court. But Nick, I did not say that. I did not say, oh, our team was okay until we got James Harden. Before James Harden got there, I picked them to win it all. So let's go back and let's run a take back in November and December, early December.
So that's great. My bad. I was wrong.
Nick knows what I was wrong.
Wow. Okay, that's perfect. That's perfect. So to be clear, even if Harden doesn't play again, the Nets winning it all. Got it. I wasn't sure, but now we know Wilds. It's locked in. Brandon hasn't missed an NBA pick yet, so he's locked in.
You got the Clippers? You still got the Clippers, right?
I said
Clippers are still locked in, right?
Missed one yet. Correct, that's what I said.
Okay.
We got it, Brandon. We're going to, you know what, Brandon?
Okay.
We're going to have to add staff to the show, or you need some of your House of Athlete, someone on the staff to come over to make all of these like little tapes that Brandon wants. Like, run it back, run a whole montage of my right picks. Starts the show. What an amazing week for me. So, okay, so I've got my answer is mathematical. Mathematical. This is not going to happen again, Brandon. I'm sorry. When you start to see mathematical aberrations, it bodes poorly for Brooklyn. The Bucks shot 6 for 30 from 3, and Blake Griffin got into the DeLorean and went back 7 years ago. He had 18 points, 14 rebounds, and 1 step over of Thanasis that we'll talk about later. So I don't think those things will happen again. Without Harden, I think the momentum is all Bucks.
I'll be there again tonight, Brandon.
I believe in you, Bubba. Come on.
This is the first I'm hearing of this. Hey, guys, can you just look right here at Liz Cambage? She's in the middle of telling a story to another teammate, a funny story, while also in the middle of a WNBA game. And not just a game, it's a play. And not just a play, but she's in the middle of scoring 2 points. And does she stop? No, she's like, hang on, I'm just going to score quickly here, but the story's so funny, let me finish. Ooh, barbecue chicken alert, says Shaq. And I totally get it. Do you know how many times I'm telling these guys, Nick and Brandon and Kevin, a hilarious story in the commercial break, and they're absolutely riveted. And then we come back, and I have to start talking sports, and these guys are like, no, Jenna, finish your hilarious story. It happens all the time. No can do, guys. I'm not Liz Cambage. I wish I was. I'm not that talented or smooth. I wish I
She's
was.
unstoppable.
I wish. I knew it.
Let's check in on the Kalamazoo Growlers. I know everyone's texting me and say, hey, Wilds, you don't give enough Kalamazoo Growlers updates on the show. Well, I do respond to your viewer emails, so here you go. Our old friend Nolan McCarthy hits a home run, ties the game at 6, and ends up shotgunning a Bang energy drink. So it's not a beer. I did some research here. It's Bang energy drink. You might say, Wilds, what's Bang energy? Well, on the website, Bang energy is referred to as cognitive candy. Not sure. They also have a hard seltzer. They also have a beverage with creatine and caffeine in it.
I was literally with Jack the founder 2 days ago.
Hold on, you
Jack the founder. I was just with that's my neighbor. This is a true story. That's my neighbor. I'm not playing. Jack is my neighbor.
Let's go.
We're going to get him on the show.
Brandon lives next door. Hold on. Brandon lives next door to the founder of Bang Energy, and Ocho lives next door to Roger Stone. Where the hell do y'all live? What's happening in South Florida?
Right.
What's going on?
It's fantastic. It's so good.
Jack.
We learned something new about Brandon.
You made our show, buddy. Meet me at the fix.
Good job. Give him some bang. Hey, drawing a blank. Brandon, you were at Hard Rock Stadium last night for the boxing matches. Your guy Ocho Cinco went the distance with Brian Maxwell. And Logan Paul did the same with Floyd Mayweather. So, Brandon, the fight night in Miami was blank.
Oh, my goodness. Just straight insanity. I mean, before the show was a spectacle. Nobody knew what they were going to get. So the pre-fight festivities were awesome. Then you had Ocho set it off, and Ocho came out. He looked good. Ocho really looked good. But he has to learn to keep his hand up. He threw that left hook, and he was right there. He won rounds 1, 2, and 3, and he got too confident, too comfortable, and he took one on the chin. And like Channing Crowder always said on the show, you just can't get hit and then have your booty in the air right there. Get your booty out the air, Ocho. Get up off that canvas. Let's go. It was straight insanity. And then Floyd Mayweather and Logan Paul, they capped it off. And it was a great night of boxing. I think Floyd was a little upset because he didn't really knock him out. I think Floyd was going for the knockout, and it was more competitive than he liked. So straight insanity.
Oh, Brandon, I'm going to send you a clip. I know you were there and doing commentary. Floyd actually did knock him out and then held him up to keep the fight going because Floyd is a showman. But I'm going to talk about the first fight because the first fight was rope-a-dope. And by rope-a-dope, I mean this. I think Brandon and Ocho maybe have a little side deal. And the deal is like this. Chad, you do whatever you want the first few rounds, but at some point in the fight, I need you to get knocked down. I'm Brandon here. And the reason I need you to get knocked down is because I want the boxing world to think, us NFL guys, we're easy pickings in the ring. Because that will set up the fight that I am now the promoter for, the Beast against Wilder. Deontay Wilder, Brandon Marshall coming to Hard Rock Stadium or the MGM Grand or somewhere near you. Because Ocho right there, come on, that's bad. I think Ocho's a better athlete than that. All the McDonald's in the world doesn't make Ocho drop his hands that fast. So I think Brandon's in on this. It's a rope-a-dope Wilds to try to get the Wilder fight going, which I now have done a total 180 on. I'm absolutely in favor of.
Okay, I have also done a 180 on it. I do not want Brandon to fight Wilder. If you want to fight, if you really want Brandon, this is how much I don't want you to fight Wilder. If you want a Brandon Marshall Wilds fight, I'm willing to take the fight. Because I do not want to see you get into the ring with Wilder. If I need to go, and I will accept the fight now that I know the rule. If you get knocked out, just don't put your booty in the air. I think that's a famous